Welcome again. We are so excited that we can bring you a series of these videos dealing with the church matching program here at Indiana Wesleyan University. My name is Rick Carter, Director of Alumni and Church Engagement, and I'm with two gentlemen that are from Westview Wesleyan Church. Westview is one of those, what I call spectacular examples. In the last 30 years, they have raised over $400,000 to the church matching program. Those are dollars that went to students directly. And this program was extraordinarily beneficial to nearly, in fact, 75 students, who many of them did their whole 4 years receiving scholarships. So Mr. Tom Sloan and Mr. Elvin Wyman, it's great to have you here talking about these programs. So, of course, the question is, where do we begin? They've had 30 years of a head start, so you don't have to compare everything with what they are doing, but we do think that they have some great ideas that will help you develop. Obviously, there's a brochure that we're going to make available to you. You can get our resources as well, so this is something you want to have so that you can talk through how to actually do the program. So, but let's start with really talking to each of you on even what brought about the support of church matching. How did you begin?
Well, in 1987, there was 5 people that came together with the whole concept of church matching scholarships. And as we saw that program, it became very interesting to us as to what we could do for our young people at Westview. We're a very progressive church and wanted to assist students, and we wanted to support them as they attend IW. And so we formed the 5 people. What was very helpful is that we did have our pastor on the committee at that point, although I'll have to admit the pastor should not be the chairman if at all possible. I realize for many churches they have to be because they're the driving force. But it is good if the pastor's not the chairman. So that's how we started, and from that point we started with banquets and all kinds of creative kinds of things. We really spent a lot of time thinking up the marketing as to make this thing happen. And then also you fast forward 40 years and as Rick has mentioned, we have raised over $400,000 with 76 students that have received money and that have graduated.
Which is exciting. Elvin, you have a unique role because you're also serving at the university in estate planning, and you have seen this program for many, many years, been a contributor of the program. Talk a little bit about why you joined this committee. What's so interesting about you giving this extra time for your local church?
I would say Westview believes in those students, and they want to enhance or assist them in making sure that when they go to Indiana Wesleyan University that they can keep their debt load, their student loan debt to a minimum. And so it's a church that believes in their youth. They believe in their youth through sponsoring them for mission trips, and then as they go on to college, this is a church that prays for and puts money behind their support for the students and assist them. The students from Westview have been very blessed, in some cases, to have $12,000 worth of assistance from church matching and the corresponding church match that was because the membership and the family at the church believed in the program and supported them for that.
You know, and you're going to be talking about this later on in the video, of course, as we are planning this conversation out. But there are tremendous benefits that doesn't cost the church. Now, that's kind of a new idea. Pastors can be like, wait a minute, this is going to cost us something. And we do have churches that give in that way, and we certainly will encourage you to give any way that makes sense to you. But how is that possible that churches can do this without it costing them anything?
We're blessed in that the money that you referenced has been given through Westview has not come from the Westview church budget at all. People in Indiana, there are incentives for families in Indiana to give directly to an educational institution such as Indiana Wesleyan. So all of that money that has been raised in support of students has come directly from church families going through Indiana Wesleyan University. So the church budget has not borne any of that.
So Tom, tell me, what has been maybe the number one reason for your success?
Well, number one is that we've had an active committee, a committee that has been really dedicated to raise the finances for this ministry. And that's one of the things that we really want to emphasize over and over again, that this isn't just raising money for scholarships just to send kids to any school. It's to our Wesleyan School of IW. And so having an active committee is very important, but also the congregation has been very open. We look at this because we're in the state of Indiana, that this is not just a one-time gift. Anyone who pays taxes, and if you pay taxes, why not participate in the Indiana tax credit? Because it's just good stewardship to participate. And so as our congregation has gotten used to it over the last 30 years, we have people who have participated the whole 30 years. And that's what you ultimately want, is to build your donation base.
This has been very interesting, and I think very helpful for you as you are considering ways to implement the program or even strengthen the program. And Westview is one of those great examples, and they would be available, of course, and we can get you their contact information to talk to either one of these gentlemen about your local church. Over the series of several videos, we're going to be continue that discussion. Where to begin? We're going to deal with a little bit more on this issue of the committee, because one question that's a teaser question is this: can parents of current students be part of the committee, and can they give? Those are some interesting things we're going to bring up in our next video. Hopefully you can join us as we further this along.